So, if I'm getting this right, you're throwing down a free-for-all between the investigation team, Seas, and the Phantom Thieves.
Yes, it is a three-way slobber knocker fight to, I guess not the death. We're going by Pokemon rules and saying, like, incapacitated, like, knocked out.
Are the characters at their, like, peak?
Define peak.
With they have their ultimate persona. They got, like, access to all their shit from, like, all the spin-offs. They got their... You has Zawaldo, main character Kun, has the universe.
Oh, see, here, this is why I think, at least for the main characters, having their ultimate personas causes problems. This is massive spoilers, so don't watch this video anymore if you haven't finished, like, P3, P4, or P5.
Yeah.
So it's like, here's where the clusterfuck begins, is Persona 3 guy's power is some impossible to define, like, reality warping shit that we don't fully understand. And Persona 4 guy blasts you with the truth, and Persona 5 guy's thing is just fucking enormous. So it's like... It causes problems when they have their ultimate personas.
Like, you could always go with their almost ultimate personas, like the gameplay versions.
Yeah, that's fine.
Now, do we count the arena versions of the Persona 3 crew, or are they at Persona 3 time?
I think having them at, like, in the arena, their arena variations is bullshit, because they're grown-ass adults.
Yeah.
So, like, the amount of experience that they have, like, would vastly outclass the Persona 4 and Persona 5 people. And they're obviously, like, way stronger. Like, look at Akihiko. The man is Goku. He can dodge bullets. It's really not fair.
Now, you say that, but we do have some amount of time skip for Persona 4.
Yeah, but it's really not that significant.
We don't have... Alright, Rise gets a significant power boost in pretty much everything she gets to appear in.
Yeah.
If we count that which shall not be talked about, Naoto is actually bullshit.
Yeah.
And whose side is Labras on?
Is Labras even included?
Alright. Is Labras included?
No. I'm going to say game party members only. Yeah, no outside, like, non-party member help, I guess.
Doesn't actually apply to too many things.
Yeah.
Well, actually it does, at least for the Phantom Thieves. They can't call in Becky for an assist.
Okay. Now, here's another thing about the Phantom Thieves. Is Goro included in this fight? Or no?
That's a tough... Another thing here's where we're getting into some more undefined bullshit.
Yeah.
Because Goro has, like, not been shown, but we're led to believe that he soloed the palaces of everyone he murdered.
Yeah.
And they talk him up like, oh, we couldn't have beaten you alone. We only managed to beat you because we all put in our biggest effort.
Yeah, Goro is, like, bullshit, because Goro is another wildcard user. So to have two wildcard users on the same team is, like, a problem.
Additionally, the Phantom Thieves have the most physical feats of any of them.
Yeah,
outside
absolutely.
of maybe Akihiko and Aigis. They're Phantom Thieves. They pull off many heist-type things and get out of many sticky situations.
I think, like, this is undeniable.
Space.
Yeah, I think this is, like, undeniable, but the Phantom Thieves have the absolute strategic, like, planning fucking lockdown. When it, like, I don't think the investigation team ever thought about anything they did. Like, Seas can come up with strategies, but not to the same extent that the Phantom Thieves can.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess we've got kind of the groundwork laid down. No, like, extraneous bullshit. No outside help. Spin-offs don't count. Main party members only. And I guess we're gonna say Goro doesn't count. Because, like, or Goro's not included, rather. Just because he's too strong, and he's not really a Phantom Thief.
Immediately, I can just throw the investigation team out the window because a lot
Absolutely.
of their biggest feats come from spin-offs.
Yeah.
Like, Rise pulled off, like, some idle spirit bomb that she used on Hatsune Miku. Naoto would not have access to Amatsu Mikaboshi, basically the Gold Experience Requiem of Persona.
Gold Experience Requiem, by the way, being a stand-in JoJo that can set actions to nothing.
Naoto's Persona and Persona Cross Detective has a unique ability called Ability Tune, which can change the variables of any Persona ability.
So imagine how fucking stupid that is.
Yeah.
Like,
at its bare minimum, that is a stronger mind or power charge that she's casting on other people, or she can use it on others and just set their power to 0, or whatever the fuck number she wants.
right, so that's bullshit.
Yeah, but without those things, the investigation team really doesn't have all that much going on.
Yeah, like, I think we should start with Persona 3, just because it's in order. So here's the thing about C's, is that out of all of them, C's definitely has the best weapon training, because pretty much all of them have, or most of them at least, are associated with some kind of club, and they do actively practice with the use of their weapons.
Additionally, they have the numbers advantage, if I'm thinking right. Yeah, they have the numbers advantage, right?
We'll say that for this fight, Shinji is alive, I guess.
I don't consider the weapon training to be that big of a deal.
Yeah, it's not a substantial deal, but it, like, in a combat situation, they know their shit better. Like,
just speaking on, like, they start off with experience.
mm-hmm.
Like, not significant experience, but they know their way around a fight.
Mm-hmm.
They've also dealt with the most enemy Persona users in that they fought more than one.
Yeah.
Granted, they were also sickly cancer patients.
Yeah, not many of the, like, hardly anybody in the Persona 3, 4, 5, whatever, really fight other Persona users. That's like a pretty rare event.
Yeah, which is kind of something that's lost from Persona 1 and 2.
Right.
Because you fought enemy Persona users, like, not all the time, but quite often.
Every now and again, yeah.
Yeah, but in Persona 3, you have a team of enemy Persona users.
Mm-hmm.
Of all of them, they have the most experience, plus they have an Aegis.
Yes. Aegis is, I think she's one of the pivotal factors in the whole battle. For obvious reasons, because she's a fucking death machine.
Yeah. Like, she has various gun arms.
And missiles and shit. Like, that's an arena thing, but...
Like, even without it.
Yeah.
All of her weapons in Persona 3 just add on to the fact that she is, in fact, a death machine. And
she's absurdly durable. Like, there's this part where she gets just fucked up, and she's totally almost in pieces. And she's still okay.
She went toe-to-toe with actually death.
Like, literally death. Yeah.
And she put it away. Mm-hmm. And said, no.
Granted, it was a weakened form of death, but it's still, like, the conceptual form of death, like, that actually exists.
Yeah. The fact that she can go toe-to-toe with even a weakened version of it is
very impressive.
It's above any of the non-final boss feats that anyone else has.
Right.
Additionally, she has fucking Orgia mode.
Right. Whoop yo ass mode.
But then she, like, overheat.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, we have Fuka, who's been the only character so far to be shown using their persona outside of their dedicated persona zone.
That's probably another thing we should figure out is where these fuckers are fighting, because that does make a big difference.
It's in a It's in a Tartarus-based palace in the TV world.
I like it. Okay, that's the most fair for everybody. Whose fucking palace is this? Izanami's?
Immediately, they have the most things going on for them with just the robot.
Yeah.
Plus, they have a dog, and I think that Koromaru is a hard counter to Morgana.
Is it because he's a dog and he's a cat?
Yeah, it's a hard counter.
Yeah. Yeah, like, C's definitely has a ton of super heavy hitters, like, protagonist guy who's obviously a wildcard user who can also use any weapon he wants, basically. Although I'd assume he can only bring one weapon at a time, though.
Yeah.
And it's like semi-canon, he uses the longswords.
Yeah.
So he'll bring that, I guess.
Yeah. The investigation team really has nothing.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Like, other, you know, Yukari, Mitsuru, they're fairly standard. Yeah. Akihiko, though, is a monster. Like, in Persona 4 Arena, if he was there, him and Aigis together just beat everybody else.
Yeah.
But like, even as he is now, Akihiko can beat some fucking ass.
Junpei's Persona, like, assuming he can, like, do the same final ripple shit that Chidori...
Junpei is semi-immortal, also.
Yeah. Junpei, semi-immortal, or he can, like, give his life to, like, res someone.
Yeah, he regenerates.
Yeah. And, like, sure, other characters have a, like, persona regenerate ability, but Junpei's is embedded in
He has a story-based, yeah, there is a difference. Like, sometimes it gets kind of difficult because it's hard to separate mechanical strength from, like, story strength.
But the fact
like,
that...
yeah, I do 999 damage is cool, but, like, I seal death. It's something you can't really calculate with numbers. Calculate. Fuck you.
But, I'm going to count it as an actual thing he has going on.
I'd say so. It's not like Majin Buu type regeneration, but if you cut him up kind of bad, he'll feel fine the next day.
Yeah.
Like, he recovers pretty quick.
Without counting the main character's biggest feat of sealing death, he himself doesn't particularly have all that much going for him.
The only thing special about him is his wildcard shit. But other than that, he's fairly standard, like, in terms of power.
Mm-hmm.
It's only when he becomes a fucking nonsensical when he gets the Universe Arcana.
Yeah.
And that's when he becomes bullshit, so we have to ban that.
Yeah. If we allowed that, then he'd win by nature of...
Yeah, it's a fucking wipe.
Yeah.
It's over.
He just, like, put the other two teams in a cube or something. But moving on to Persona 4's squad. They... Alright. I talk shit about them, but then I realized they do have one thing over the other games.
Oh, what could that be?
They have tier 3 personas.
That is very true.
Granted, a lot of what makes them special are strictly gameplay things. And how do we exactly quantify, like, random skills, like Fuka's Oracle skill, or Teddy's Kamui Miracle?
Oh, I wanted to mention Fuka, actually, because the supports do matter in all this. The supports are there.
Yeah.
So, it's pretty well established that Fuka is, like, way better at sensing things
than Rise, yes.
Yeah, whereas Rise has more, like, battle utility, I guess.
She created an idle spirit bomb, and it got a battle mode.
Yeah, like, Fuka can sense something from 50 fucking miles away, but she's very scary to have in a fight, because sometimes she can just fuck you over.
We aren't counting spin-offs, though, so Rise can't go into battle mode, nor can she go into...
Yeah, like, even if she wanted to, I don't know if it's a good idea, because then they're down one support.
They are the worst equipped. They have
Yeah, they have just like weird weapons. Like Kanji fights with chairs, Yukiko fights with fans. Like even the people that have real weapons, like Yosuke's kunai or whatever, they're not trained to use them. They're just fucking around with them.
yeah, like Yosuke in his animation will drop his knife most of the time.
Yeah, he doesn't know what he's doing.
Like he's just doing shit he saw in Naruto.
Like Chie trains, but it's like fake Dragon Ball training you do when you're like a kid. Like, yeah, out of all of them, Kanji's the only one with any sort of combat training. And Naoto too, probably, because I assume they, you know, give her a rundown on self-defense and all.
Yeah, I'd also say that the investigation team are the most stupid out of all the group.
Yeah, that is definitely something that's gonna get them fucked up, is because they're dealing with the Phantom Thieves who pull off fucking heists and shit.
The only, like, what's their counter to that is Naoto.
Yeah, Naoto can think. Like, C's can come up with strategies, like we said, they never come up with anything that's really grand. Like, never to the same scale as, you know, the Phantom Thieves do.
If we count arena moves, Naoto has a fucking arsenal, but not to the same extent that Aegis does.
Yeah, she's packing weaponry.
But again, unless that's if we count spin-offs. And I guess, oh wait, they have another thing going on.
Okay.
There's fucking scooters.
That's true, they have scooters.
They are the most mobile of them.
Yes, absolutely. I can just imagine all of them rolling up in their gay fucking multicolored scooters and shit. Like honk honk. So, let's give a quick rundown on each of the investigation team people. So you, Narukami. What do you think about our boy, Narukami-kun?
Alright.
Narukami seems like a pretty fit dude.
He does that fucking weeaboo stance, though. So he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, Narukami definitely, like, has no weapon training whatsoever.
His entire strategy is based off of, like, Sephiroth's stance. He's not gonna win it. He's not gonna, like, outskill people.
Yeah, the only thing he really has going for him is obviously his wildcard shit.
Yosuke is, like, he has nothing going on.
Yosuke's fast, but that's about it. Like, who... I mean, he acts like he's fast.
He does the Naruto right. That means he's fast, right?
Yeah.
Chie has the galactic punt. That's almost... That's a feat, almost. Right?
Yeah!
She doesn't do it on, like, people for reals. Yukiko, again, no real feats. Kanji took out a gang. Like,
Kanji's definitely, he's the strongest physically out of all of them. At least for the Persona 4 side.
He can get into a gang fight and win.
And that's without his persona.
Yeah. Teddy runs on cartoon physics sometimes. Not all the time.
Every now and then, yeah.
When he feels like it, he is a cartoon character. He did do that thing where he, like, an untouchable opponent and became blind. I don't get Teddy.
That is very true. That's one of the weirdest fucking things about Teddy. That it still to this day drives me nuts, and that's why I had to include it in Fifth Theory. Because it's just so odd. Like, what the fuck happened? Where did he get so strong from?
And then he grew a body by, like, doing sit-ups. Like,
Teddy's weird. Teddy does, like, weird shit that I don't know would necessarily matter in a fight, but he's just odd.
Rise does average scanning. She failed to find Adachi, but she did get the ability to help out with all-out attack, and she did also get a battle mode.
Yeah, Rise's definitely, way more versatile than Fuka. Like, Fuka is a master of one specific thing, and that's focusing in on shit and figuring everything out about it. Whereas Rise is more, like, about providing combat support.
Yeah.
So for that reason, I feel like Rise is, in this situation, more helpful, because it's a battle royale.
Yeah.
Like, once Fuka figures out everything about the enemy, that's kind of the extent of her usefulness.
That she just sort of, like, goes home, I guess.
Just packs up.
Alright.
So, you guys got this from here.
I scanned them. Just call me, hit me
Ready
up.
to fire!
Hit me up if you want me to use that thing. That
Text me! So what do you think about your boo, Naoto?
as much as I love her, she has a few things going on. Her persona has no weaknesses. Like, no meaning, no weaknesses. She has, like, I'm imagining practical combat experience.
To an extent.
Yeah. She has an arsenal. Not to the extent that Aegis does, but she has an arsenal.
She has real-ass guns, yes.
And, like she's small and could hide if...
Under a box?
Like in an air vent or something.
Seas won't find me in here.
Also, she can use those instant knockout spells, if those count as a thing.
I mean, I guess?
Now I'm just imagining, like, the match starts, immediately Ken, Koromaru, Naoto, all just use...
Oh right, we didn't even mention Ken. We didn't mention Ken at all.
He's not worth mentioning.
Yeah, he's like just a fairly standard kid who's there.
Yeah. Like, they just all use their instant KO spells, and like, it just becomes a fight between those three. And I guess, in that case, if that were to be the situation that happens, Naoto could take on a small child and a dog.
So we'll just say for the heck of it that instant kills do work, but they're very difficult to pull off.
So they have good coordination, good mobility. That's what they have.
Yeah, they think they're fast, and like... Kanji is objectively a pretty fucking strong guy, and Naoto has a gun. And that's it! Yeah, Persona 5, some of them are just a different fucking league.
Haru has a fucking grenade launcher.
Yes.
They perform crazy-ass heists. Futaba is almost objectively the best sport.
Ooh, I don't know about that. Like,
Alright.
in terms of general functionality, I guess, and obviously, like, outside of battle shit, yeah. Far and above, she's the best.
The guns are not real, but for the sake of this battle, they are in a place where they are real.
Yeah, they functionally they work as guns.
Morgana, also sometimes a cartoon character. Also, Morgana's a car.
Yeah, Morgana can turn into a bus and just run people over. Yeah, I think the Phantom Thieves guys just got this shit on lockdown. They're better strategists. They're probably way better equipped in general.
Yeah.
And they just got their shit together better.
The actual lore of how they work as Phantom Thieves helps them out greatly, because it's based off their own cognition of themselves as a Phantom Thief.
So let's give the rundown. Joka.
He actively works out, takes fucking protein supplements to help him work out better. He also knows how to use a gun. He learned from a small child at an arcade. Knows politics.
Yeah.
He can drive.
Yo, if, Narukami starts talking about, fake news or something, he's gonna lose. Joker will kick his ass.
That fucking leap from a building?
Mm-hmm. He's agile as shit.
Yeah, they are all agile.
He's got hella mobility.
Yeah.
That dude can run.
Yeah. Moving in Persona 5 is fucking parkour. And you never see that from anyone else. They're all, struggling to climb up.
They're moving at like a moderate strut.
Yeah.
Like, I think Joker gets progressively more bullshit the more, like, confidant interaction that we let him have.
Yeah.
Because if we assume that he did Hifumi's confidant, now he's a tactical mastermind.
He is a tactical mastermind politician.
Yeah.
And also, he has plenty of drugs and bombs his teacher made for him.
The Persona 3 and 4 guys, what happens in Social Links doesn't fucking matter whatsoever. But the way Persona 5's confidants are actively integrated with the party gives them, like, kind of a variable to them.
Ryuji, like, when he's got his shit together, can do some crazy parkour with a fucked up leg. On's, like, most notable feat is chucking Morgana into the sun.
Yeah, Anna's fairly standard. Speaking of Morgana, what do you think about Morgana?
He is the only one smaller than Naoto, and that gives him a huge...
What about Koromaru and Ken?
It's debate.
The thing about Morgana is that Morgana's, like, really, really smart or knowledgeable.
Yeah. Morgana...
Like, Morgana just comes up with solutions to shit all the fucking time for everything.
Yeah. Like, the only thing that's going to, like, put a stop to him is if, like, you put some sushi or, like, a treasure in front of his face.
Yeah. Drop a dollar.
Then he's just a stupid cat.
Like, cat, I'll pay you some money if you leave the fight.
And then you'll be like, meow. Futaba has several things that she did. Like, fucking... A lot of them are hacking based, so they don't really hold much water here. But it shows how fast that she can work.
Yeah, you're right. Futaba might be able to do some kind of, like, weird, like, interference kind of shit. That just fucks with the other two.
Knowing the things that Futaba pulls off, and what happens to Aegis in Persona 3, and Labris in Persona 4 Arena.
Dude, do you think Futaba can hack Aegis?
Yes.
You give Futaba, like, 10 minutes, she'll have Aegis figured out. And then Aegis works for the Phantom Thieves.
Then she will have Aegis become her, like, instrument of torture.
Yo, this changes everything. Now, like, this is, Caesar's fucking downfall is their most powerful weapon. Can probably be hacked by Futaba.
Because, like, fucking Sho Minazuki manages to hack Labris.
They need to get a better firewall for those fucking robots or something.
Futaba, I'm imagining, would need like 30 minutes tops to just take full control over Aegis. And who is going to think to shoot at Futaba? Who can be anywhere because she's in a fucking spaceship.
Yeah, she can be in the UFO, just fucked off wherever. Even if she can't control the thing, she absolutely can shut her down.
Yeah. The basis of their powers makes them as strong as they need to be. Even with, like, the bare minimum that we see them do, they have everything going on. Futaba can do insane feats of hacking outside of the metaverse. And Joker is, like, a madman. They are the best equipped, the ones, the most mobile.
Seize is absolutely more competition than the investigation team is. Like, investigation team's a bunch of fucking numbnuts.
Plus,
that
plus like one or two competent people.
Phantom Thieves don't even need Goro. The fuck are they? What's Goro gonna do? Just accelerate the ass whooping?
Yeah. Like, the second we bring the fact that, yeah, Aegis is a robot who has been proven to be hacked.
Yeah, remember that time when she hijacked, like, every fucking TV station in Japan to broadcast her message?
Yeah. Remember when she got into their phones? Remember when she installed an app in, like, a second?
On Akechi's phone in, like, 1.7 seconds? Yeah?
Yeah.
The only conceivable way they lose is if C's and the investigation team just work and speed blitz fuck them like to death hard before Futaba can figure out Aegis is a robot and I can hack her.
Yeah.
Yeah, C's I think absolutely has the stronger like certain key individuals, you know, like an Akihiko, a fucking their Aegis.
The Phantom Thieves, as a unit, all have better people than the other groups, because a lot of both of the other groups are useless people. Shinji, fucking... what? Ken? Koromaru?
Like, Shinji's a strong dude, but he's just the dude with a persona.
He is also slowly dying.
True. Like, Narukami's pretty good just because he's got the wild card. Kanji's a fucking berserker. And Naoto can, like, think. And
like, bare minimum to be a human being.
Yeah, that's why, in the end of the day, I think that's why the investigation team loses, is because they don't think.
Yeah.
they don't think.
Aside from final boss feats, like, that's... like, if we include final boss feats, Persona 3 team wins.
They destroy.
If we don't, the Persona 5 team, like, wipes everyone and then fucks with them.
Yeah, like, it's basically a wipe. Yeah, sure, maybe, like, Yusuke gets knocked out and, like, Ryuji sprains his ankle and trips. But other than that, it's murder. So yeah, I think that's about settles it. Like, Persona 4 guys, they try their best. They're too stupid. They're not well equipped enough. They don't have any practical combat training. They suck. They lose.
The best they have is they have the strongest personas. And even then, that's not going to save them from sucking.
Like, C's, they're a well-coordinated team. They've got experience. They've got certain extreme powerhouses. But, you know, the Phantom Thieves just kill them.